What is diabetic? As you get older, your chances of getting a diabetic disorder increases. If you have any elderly relatives, the chance of some of them having diabetes is very high. There are many different therapies, services, and products related to the disease. Diabetes is a disease that deals with the amount of blood sugar in the blood. If you don't know so much about the disease, you should get on the World Wide Web and find out some important information on the subject. If you have one of the many diabetic symptoms, you may be in need of medical treatment. One of the chief concerns could be the diabetic food pyramid and adhering to its recommendations. This chart will guide you to the best eating habits to keep your diabetes in check. His is all part of the diabetic diet plan, which exists to keep you away from sugar. In order to maintain this separation from sugar, you should mostly eat diabetic food. If you like to cook, you can always purchase cookbooks on diabetic cooking. If you chance it and have something with sugar, you might need diabetic supply testing to check your blood sugar. Diabetic retinopathy is an eye disease caused by diabetes and can cause blindness. If you have this condition, you should seek medical attention immediately. Another condition brought on by diabetes is diabetic ketoacidosis. This condition involves a lack of insulin augmented by hyperglycemia and other metabolic problems. Diabetic neuropathy results in loss of sensation in the nerves of the body. If you have diabetes, you might want to try a pair of diabetic shoes. This form of footwear will enable you to walk a bit more pain-free if you have the disease. Diabetes is a common disease. Each year, more and more people are stricken with the disease. If you have diabetes, you have to monitor your condition. Failure to do so may result in serious complications. Be sure to read the available literature on the topic and search the web for other resources. Diabetes is a manageable condition as long as you learn how to manage it. Diabetic diet plan. Increasing demand for a diabetic diet plan tells of a rising number of people suffering from diabetes. Living with diabetes is not easy, no, not by a long shot. Since the body's ability to break down glucose, and with glucose being an important component in many vital processes for our existence, diabetes should be combated with efficiency and with expediency. Failure to do so would be tantamount to surrendering to the disease, and such, unfortunately, can be fatal. One way to battle the effects of diabetes and to cushion its ill effects is to adhere to a strict diabetic diet plan. A diabetic diet plan consists of a recommended list of daily intakes based on the diabetic food pyramid. Such a plan will ensure that the diabetic patient will receive the required nutrients that will help him or her cope up with the disadvantageous consequences of diabetes. Nowadays, there are many varieties of diabetic diet plan. Dietitians and medical professionals have studied and formulated many plans consisting of many types of food that will still give pleasure for the taste buds without compromising the required nutrients suggested for diabetic patients. Dr. Nora Bueno, a physician who has been specializing in diabetes for over a decade now, said that the 1990s experienced a growth in the demand for diet plans specially created for diabetic patients. Such words are very true, and they owe their veracity to the fact that 9.6% of people over the age of 20 are suffering from diabetes in 2005, compared to 7.2% in 1991. This statistic is telling. It means that 20.6 million people, in the US alone, above the age of 20 are diabetic patients. Correlatively, 20.9% of people above the age of 60 are likewise suffering from diabetes. This percentage represents 10.3 million people, again, in the US alone, which is a stark jump from the 7.9 million people above retirement age who were suffering from diabetes in 1991. Such an increase in the number of diabetes cases in the US, and in the world for that matter, has created a large demand for a diabetic diet plan that can easily be integrated with their lifestyle. But since lifestyles are as varied as the many kinds of people suffering from diabetes, different types of food are usually used to comprise a variety of diet plans. Some people who can't seem to live without meat, for example, are offered synthetic meat instead of chicken or fish. Nonetheless, despite the difference in the components that make up these diet plans, one thing is certain: the best health of the diabetic patient is the paramount consideration based on the universally recommended diabetic food pyramid. A healthy diabetic diet plan. A diabetic diet plan is a meal plan that serves as a guide to tell you how much of which foods you can choose to eat for a meal and during snack times. The best diabetic diet plan will fit in with your schedule and your eating habits. The right diabetic diet plan will allow you to improve your blood glucose, blood pressure, and cholesterol while keeping your weight on track. As a diabetic, whether you need to lose weight or stay at your current weight, your diabetic diet plan can help. If you have diabetes, you need to be extra careful in keeping your food balanced along with your regular insulin and oral medication schedule. However, even with an excellent diabetic diet plan, you should also use exercise to help manage your blood glucose levels. While this might sound like a lot of work, a doctor or dietitian will help you find the right diabetic diet plan for you. By making healthy food choices, you can improve your health and prevent complications from your diabetes, including heart disease, some cancers, and hypertension. There are many options for diabetic diet plans, such as the food guide pyramid, rating your plate, exchange lists, and carbohydrate counting. All of these diet plans are slightly different, and you should find the right one for you. The healthiest diet for a diabetic is a way of eating that will allow you to reduce your risk of complications. However, healthy eating doesn't have to limit your choices. A healthy diet plan will still include a variety of food options. There is no perfect food for a diabetic diet plan, so a variety of foods is good as long as you watch your portions. It is also best to find food choices that can provide you with the highest quality nutrients. Even if you have diabetes, you can still eat the same foods as your family. At the same time, following your diet will give you benefits, and your family can share in your healthy eating. With some planning, you can manage your meal plan along with your blood glucose, blood pressure, and cholesterol. If you like this video, give this a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and don't forget to subscribe.